Good morning, campers. Today is our 2024 year in review. We are going to take a sip of our top 10 pours, bourbon wise, under $100. No single barrels allowed, no store picks allowed. So if I screw up and throw a store pick or something like that in there, this needs to be something you can grab off the shelf, most generally.
The rules here? Oh, no, there's no rules.
Well, that's unfortunate. But this is not necessarily something that came out in the year 2024. It's something I tried in the year 2024. So, ta-da. Once again, no single barrels, no store picks, and it needs to be a bourbon. So that means my dovetail is out. Any of the ryes I've been creaming over lately are out. Yeah. So I'd like to get started opening the palate up with a little sipper of something I've been a fan of for a while. Now, this is not number 10 because I tried it before 2024. Just a little taste. For about $49. I've seen it anywhere from 40 to 49 bucks. I've seen it for as much as 70, but you can't beat it. Small batch select, Four Roses, to me is where it's at. I get banana bread on the end of it. It's spicy, it's sweet, it's actually a little thick even. It's just a very, very good pour. Yeah. Yeah. Little, I don't know, little dark chocolate in there even. Just nice pour. But that's what we're opening it up with. We're also going to do a little something our good friend Reed Lenhart gave us. It's peach something. This might be illegal. I don't know. I don't know what he made it out of. I think it's supposed to be peach cobbler of some variety. I like trying Reed's concoctions because he makes good concoctions. It's like a mad scientist. I don't know why I'm smelling it. It's peachy. I will tell you that's dangerous. Man, I don't. Reed, put in the comments what you put in this for liquor. Because that's liquor. Yeah, I will. That's pretty damn tasty. 2024 has been a hell of a ride for my whiskey collection. I will say that. No doubt about it. So we're going to kick off with numero uno, which would be 10, lowest on the list. But man, I like this bottle. I like it a lot. Hard Truth Bald and Bond Sweet Mash Wheated Bourbon. I'm a sucker for a good wheater. And the reason this beat out our Rebel 10 year is because that's a single barrel, whereas this is not. Probably should have excluded Bald and Bonds because how can you go wrong with a good Bald and Bond? But here we are nonetheless. The hard truth kind of came out of nowhere, man. They've been releasing some really good stuff. I am all but certain. Yes, this is no, this is not MGP. This is their own stuff. Hold on here. Distilled with finest grains and water, Indiana's sweet mash pioneers. Oh, yeah, Nashville, Indiana. Distilled and bottled by Hard Truth Distilling Company. They're making their own juice, baby. I love it. Fantastic. Not that I don't love MGP, but it's nice to see once in a while somebody doing their own thing and it not turning out tasting like fucking beets and mint and fucking just weird. Just plain weird. Dusty and weird. That's nice. It's not very thick, but it coats okay. Oh, it's hard to get that peach stuff off my tongue. That'll do it though. Yeah. You get a little wheat funk on it, which I'm okay with. But it slides to a little bit of sweetness, and then it turns a little dry towards the end. This is number 10. Number 10. Now this guy is number 9. This is the Wood Hat Twin Timbers. It's 90 proof, which is a little lower than the proof I like to keep company with, but it is aged in pecan and oak. Now, I'm thinking this is only like, yeah, minimum of 2 years. That's 2 years. It's science. God bless what they're doing down there in New Florence, because man, I am a fan of that black magic for sure. We got a lot of work to do, so we're trying to keep it. And we got to work tomorrow. Oh, you get just an oak bomb on the nose. Oak bomb, a little caramel. God damn. Yeah. Just in your face wood note that's unapologetic with a very I'm going to call it a dry chocolate, almost like a baker's chocolate on the end. Now, and there's something in that wood note that's a little just different. Maybe it's the pecan. Maybe that's what it is. But that's, man, yes. That's a yes all day. I haven't said yes to anything that I've opened that said wood hat on it and not regretted it and regretted it. I haven't. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. And you could too if you just purchase it. Next, since we're on an oak rush here, the Peerless Double Oak. Tried it for the first time in 2024. It's 109.9 proof. This is from batch 16. Talk about an oak bomb. Talk about just a good pour. We're going to have a little something extra on that one. Why not? Yeah, you get the little higher proof. You can smell that she's got a little bit on her, just under 110. That oak just shines right on through. Yeah. Nice and thick. And what I like about this more so than say the Woodford Reserve Double Oak or the 1910 or I mean pick your Double Oak. What I like about this is it hangs around so long. It's there for a minute on your tongue and you're not mad at it. It's oaky with a little sweet, maybe not a brown sugar, but a sugar. And some serious spice with a nice, almost creamy finish. Yeah, God, I love that bottle. Now, I have found that I like the Double Oak Rye just a tiny bit better, but this is bourbon. So it sits up there. That's a good goddamn pour. Okay, we're not going to finish that. We're going to pour a little of that into George. Take it, George. Take it. Take it. Yeah. Every drop. Good girl. So that is 8. And this guy is 7. I wouldn't have even thought to pick this up, but I'm watching a Bruzel video, and I don't think this is the exact bottle he got because this is just a 90 proofer. But I found it, and it's Kings County Distillery from Brooklyn. It's New York's oldest whiskey distillery. I'm a fan. This is 80% corn, 20% malt, and aged 3 years or more. So 3 years. I gotta tell you, that's a pretty color for 3 years in New York. Now, if you'd have told me it was Mississippi, I'd say, yeah, there you go. Yeah. If you'd have told me they rapid age this bottle like they do in New Florence with the shipping containers, I'd say, yeah, it's about that dark, but man, they're not. They're not. That I'm aware of. Yeah, it's got a very dark kind of fruity nose, but it's also got some serious baking spices in there. Like a little peppery note on the end. Man. It's just very different. It's got kind of a floral thing going on that makes it almost sweet. There's definitely some spice. It's just very, and it for 90 proof, it coats, man. So there's probably if there's some pros out there, they're like, you seriously put that above the Peerless? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I'm not apologizing about it because this thing is so unique in a world full of double oaks and toasteds. This is very unique. It's not a double oak or a toasted, but it's just got its own thing going on, and I enjoy that. You taste bourbon after bourbon after bourbon after bourbon, and you're like, yep, caramel, vanilla. Oh, this one's a little spicy. Oh, this one's got some brown sugar, and you're like, yep, yep. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, a little dark fruit. That's nice. And then you get something that you can't really put your finger on. You're like, oh, I like it just because it's different. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing for me anyway. Now here's something we hope you really like. Um, this guy right here, um, our good friend Reed, handed off to us because he did not care for it. This is my. Is number 5? No, 6. 10, 9, 8, 7. This is 6. 120 proof. This is the Neapolitan. Good times. I love it. It's like a goddamn banana split in your mouth. 120 proof. Man, good times when they finish stuff, they finish stuff. So this is cacao barrels, Mexican vanilla bean, and strawberry brandy, I believe, barrels that they're finishing some good old MGP in. And you can smell a whole bunch of that right on the nose. You're getting some fruitiness, you're smelling the chocolate, and you're getting the proof for sure. Man, it coat right away. Just chocolate bar with that little strawberry note. There's some vanilla in there, but it's that chocolate is just so, I mean, ram it up your ass right there. It's that's amazing. And once again, I like to go for something a little bit different, and that is definitely different. Now, maybe I shouldn't have picked something finished that strong, but we're talking about bourbons I enjoyed. For this one might have been a little over 100, but we're gonna say it's right in that $100 mark. Um, this one was real close. So maybe it's around 100, not under. Yeah, great bottle though. That's so good. We got to put a little bit of that in it. No, George, you don't deserve that. Oh, who am I kidding? Of course you do. I don't know what this is going to taste like when we're done putting our all sorts in there, but we're going to drink it nonetheless. That is so different. I love the Neapolitan. Ah, that's good. Now, that's 6. Then that's 5, and it's definitely finished. And I just found out the other day. See, I thought this was finished in honey barrels, but it's also, hold on here. This is also finished in Amburana casks. Not crazy about Amburana, but it's not as strong as the Rio. The Rio, it's like, oh, it's honey, and it's fucking Amburana. This, I don't get it as much. I get the proof. I get the ethanol, which is red line for me. And I do like red line. 112 proof. That's a great bottle. It's a fantastic bottle. I did a tasting of all things honey. Included the Rio and the blind. Thought the good times was going to carry it home. This one. And the very next night, I did a blind of Toasteds. Red Line's Toasted from out of left field. Won it all. So I know Red Line, MGP, They finish. They do a great job finishing their stuff. That's all I got to say about that. Um, fantastic job of finishing some really good bourbon. I can't say enough good things about Redline. Delicious. Yeah, just honey, honey, honey. Uh, and proof and ethanol and mm-hmm. That's such a good pour. Yeah, I love that pour. So, all right. Now, somewhere in here is, excuse me. Oh, God, getting old sucks. Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened. I had the Wild Turkey 70th anniversary in here, and alas, I cannot put that in here because it's a limited release. Maybe. I've heard they're going to start putting it out, but not so much. So, the other thing is the Old Pepper. I think, see, this would have been in, but I think these are limited too, like they're going out of style. And then I got this single barrel store pick, and that's the bomb there. Of course, no Coy Hill. Alas, no. Where did it go? We swapped out. Boy, I moved some shit around and I screwed it all up. Um, we swapped it out. Oh, duh. That is quite possibly my favorite bottle and bond in the whole world. Um, it was right there in my face. This is perfection. Um, Bardstown Origin Series Bottle and Bond. I keep wanting to pull the trigger on some more expensive Bardstown stuff, but why? Why? When this is this good and it's under $50, why would I do that? Well, I'll tell you, I wouldn't, because that's good. Um, I did try this for the first time. It's pretty good. Um, it's probably right there neck and neck with the Hard Truth, but you know what? I don't want to put too much of one brand in this. That just, because then I'd just be dickle, 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 dickle. Actually, I don't think I can put. I don't have no. The only Dickel that I tried this year for the first time would have been the 17, and it's way more than $100. So that's out. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't nose it. I got ahead of myself. Oh, that's so nice. Just sweet and rich. Hmm. That is just so good. There's some caramel. There's some vanilla. There's a little thing on the end I'm having a trouble putting a name to that's just wonderful. It's sex. That's what it is. It tastes like sex. Really good. Not like you're in jail, but like, yeah. Got a little Barry White playing. Couple pours of this in your belly. Inhibitions down. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. So the rest of this, we're going to pour into George. Oh, yeah. You take it. Yeah. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3. No. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Yeah. Once you get this far in, it's hard to count. So the Rickhouse Proof Soft Red Wheat. Tried it for the first time this year. This is actually the blended one I got. I've got other versions, but we're going to go with this one, I think, which is from Rickhouse's B and C and Floor's B and C. Get out of the way. Make room for the holiday. I gotta reorganize here a little bit. There we go. All right. This is 120, and it's a screw top. I'm going to fuck that up one of these days. I always forget. 120 something. I want to say it's 121.5. Yeah, 121.5. You go over here. And it's everything you love about holiday and then some. Up there in proof, thick. It's got that holiday profile of just like brown sugar and caramel and just a little spice and a little bit of barrel impact. Not in your face, kick your ass. And you don't get, in my opinion, the weeder funk. It's just done well. Very sweet. Just a nice pour. Yeah. That's a good pour. I'm really not sure that it's third place, but it's going to be. It's going to be. Oh, by the way, if you know, you know. Yeah. Man, I got to tell you, it's hard to beat a Holiday Rickhouse soft red wheat. I mean, it's hard to beat. I hate to wash that off. But surprise, this beat it at 90-ish proof. 96. Man, and I'm not a huge toasted person either, but this is wheated and toasted cask and char number 3 cask. So I'm not a huge fan of anything from California except this stuff. Because my God, That is a nice pour. Oh, yeah. The thing I like about this is it is a weeder, and you do get a little bit of the weedy funk thing, but there's no the I think the toasted cask finish on this kind of hides a lot of the sweet, so it makes it very unique as far as weeders go. It's not like picking up a bottle of Rebel or a Weller and you're like, oh, sweet caramel, vanilla. It's very different. So if you're expecting a dessert whiskey, I don't think this is it, but still very good. Yeah, a little of the funk, a little dry on the end, but it it just works. Um, that's a very good pour, and for 96 proof, it coats your tongue like painting a fence. I mean, it you feel like Nina Hartley, tongue just coated. Ugh. Yeah, I dig that. I like that a lot. So that is second place. Um, Now I may catch a little heat for this. I might because I'm not sure that it actually doesn't qualify as like a limited release, but it's it's constantly released, but it's different variations. So I mean, I guess you could say that about anything up here. But at the same time, that's a yes. That's a hell yes. This particular one is Jimmy's batch. It's probably my. I mean, I've never had a bad Booker's, but this is my favorite. 7 years, 9 months, and 19 days, 125.8 proof. God bless the folks over at Jim Beam for doing this. Because, God damn. Ooh, that's a hefty pour. Wow, shut your mouth. Okay. Ah, you know, the note I get on this is fucking bourbon. Um, just you get you get that. I'm gonna grab you by the balls and shake you, but it doesn't drink that way. Um, there's a little nutty note, but mostly, man, it's just proof, 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 proof. And Booker's sometimes drinks pretty hot, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. It's a little bit frightening in a blind, but if you know it's coming, it's nice, and that's why this is number one. It's just a great pour. And of all the boy, that bottle's had a little time to open up, and there's a lot of different stuff going on now. There's there's some spiciness to this now that was not there. Like almost a sweet, spicy, and then you get that nutty. That's a really good pour. And it coats so well. It just stays there for days. I mean, if you've got a job interview and that like 4 or 5 days after you're sipping on this, it's not a good idea because it's gonna stay there for a while. Oh, it's so goddamn good. So that's my top 10 that I've tried this year. I'm sorry if there's something you shouldn't think. And there were some that came close. Uh, I love that 1792 Bald and Bond. The Redwood Empire Grizzly. I mean, they're so. The Castle and Key Weeded was good. It's just you can only have so many. I had a Clyde Mays single barrel from Justin's that was so goddamn good, but it was a single barrel. I really enjoy Clyde Mays. But yeah, so this is another one that deserves an honorable mention. Isaac Bowman, port barrel finished, delicious, and $39-ish or less. God damn, that's a good pour. The reason I'm not showing it to you is because I drank it and haven't replaced it yet, which is a goddamn travesty. There's others, I'm sure. Well, the Green River Foolproof, actually, the Green River Weeded Bourbon is a good pour. It just doesn't hold up. Like I blinded it with some other weeders, and it was the value pour of the bunch, and it just didn't hold up comparing it to the others in that. Penelope Architect deserves an honorable mention for sure. The Penelope Toasted definitely deserves an honorable mention, but I didn't like it as much as any of these, so it didn't make the list. And I mean, if those are your bang for your buck, that's what you like, that's your game, I say get it. Because I like them too. They just didn't make the list this year. George, I'm going to give you a thimbleful of this just because I love you. That nutty note is just so amazing. I love everything about Booker's. I just do, man. It's so goddamn good. Got a cool bottle the other day. It's on the hunting video. There's only 1,500 of these. It's a rye. It's fucking delicious. I know I've been on my hunts. I've been picking up ryes instead of bourbon, but fuck you. Quit watching. 114.8. This is bottle 157 of 1,500. So rye whiskey finished in a Sauternes, Sauternes barrel. Now, it was explained to me that that's some kind of dessert barrel. I don't know what the hell that is. Man, what a phenomenal pour of rye whiskey. I was floored. Absolutely loved it. What the hell else we've been up to lately? We picked up a new ancient cave from Hy-Vee. We picked up a one barrel from the distillery at Holiday, which I'm struggling to find right now, but I really want to put in me. It's an 8-year, which kind of a big deal for them. I'm looking a whole lot more forward to a couple of years from now when they release a 10. But man, good stuff nonetheless. I did not put any Old Dominic on the list because it's not for me. It's good. What I've had is good. It's just not great to me. I get that kind of beet, sugar beet note that I'm just not fond of. Like I get off of some varieties of the Henry McKenna Bourbon. Um, a lot of people talk it up, and it's just the greatest thing ever. And I'm probably still going to continue to buy it because they're like Pokemon; you got to catch them all. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. Now, something before we wrap things up that I would like to do. I would like to have my first taste in 2025 of something I have not had yet. And I don't know what it's going to be, to be honest with you. I've got a few varieties here that I've been putting off trying. You know what? Let's do it a couple times. Why not? We've got time here. Let's do it a couple times over. Let's clear out some space. Big winner, Booker's. Leave him up there. Um, so, yeah, I got a couple, actually, that we're going to try for the first time. 2025, first new pour of 2025. I have yet to open this Michter's bourbon. And a lot of people talk. I mean, shit. When we went to Kentucky, we were buying Michter's shirts. I never tried it. What else should we put up here that I have not opened that I've been meaning to try? Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, yeah, I do know. 1792 full proof. So we're going to take a little sip of each of these. They're going to be our first two new pours of 2025. And depending upon what else we try this year, we'll see if they make the list at the end of this year. That is, if all the hateful comments haven't just caused me to hang myself in the shower. You rude bastards. I'm just kidding. Oh, yeah, it's still got the seal on it. Oh, Cynthia. Now, I like 1792. I love their Ball and Bond. So this 125 proof of full proof bourbon is distinctively rich flavor. Man. All right, for the Michters now, this is not 125 proof. This guy is 91.4. I've heard a lot of great things about Michter's, and I've been a fan even though I've never tried it, if that makes sense, which makes me a bandwagoner and a phony. So, fuck off. Woo! That smells nice. I get a little caramel. It smells proofier than it is to me. And man, what is that? I don't know. It smells nice though. It's almost like a fried apple note. Maybe I'm losing my mind. I don't know. That smells good. I got to get some more Michter's. That's really good. Now it gives you a little sting to the back of your throat that I wasn't expecting at that 91-ish proof. But the flavor just hangs around so long. And it's not the sweetest of bourbons I've ever had, but it's very rich and very good. There's a little sweet thing, kind of a tobacco note with a little dry wine thing. Um, that is just lovely. We got to give a little of this to George. That's how much we love you, George. We're putting Michter's in you. That was good. So far, Michter's is winning for 2025. Who'd have known? Oh, we've already read it. 125 proof, 1792, the full proof. Now you can definitely smell the proof on that. The trick is, do you taste it? You know, it's not. Yeah, it's ethanol-y, but it's not grain forward. It's heat that I'm smelling. I don't know if that even makes sense. Anyway, let's give her a shot on the palate. Huh. First thing I was going to say was dark fruit, and then that kind of went away and gave way to a little bit of smoke. But there's definitely some caramel, and yeah, that coats well. Man, that's a good bottle. So now 1792 full proof is winning because this is good. It's good. It's good. That's really good. And it may just be so much better because of the proof. I'm going to bet I get a little higher octane version of Michter's. It's going to compete well, but I didn't really pay shit for this. This is still $45. And I mean, this was more, don't get me wrong, than that, but when you get like a Michter's 10 or something like that, fuck, I can't. No. I mean, I can afford it. Do I want to? No. Will I? Fucking probably, because I'm stupid. Yeah, that's really good. Hey, by the way, if you haven't already, tongue punch that like button in the fart box and subscribe for me. That'd be really cool of you if you did that. You would make my cool list. Oh, and by the way, the shipment of t-shirts, Bourbon Neanderthal t-shirts, has arrived. So those of you that I said I got one for are getting one, and those of you that have not asked yet need to start asking so I can get more. I'm not charging anything for these. I just think it'd be cool to be walking down the street and seeing somebody wearing my t-shirt. Other than an ex-girlfriend, because that's what they do. They take a hoodie and a fucking t-shirt, and it's normally a cool one, like one of my Johnny Cash shirts, but yeah, that's what they're entitled to. A t-shirt and a hoodie. That's what they get. Bless their beautiful hearts. That's nice. That's a caramel bomb, is what that is. Little bit of heat on the end. Little thing to let you know you're alive. Yeah, I'm digging that 1792 foolproof. Yes, sir. Well, hey, it's been real. It's been a great year. We've only been doing this since, not long. Under the Bourbon Neanderthal banner, we've been doing this since September. We got subscribers now. I mean, we're not Bruzel, but we've got some people subscribed to us, which is awesome, and I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. We've got a lot of views. We got a lot of likes. We've even got a few shares. And that's awesome. I'm glad if I entertain you. And that's the most important thing I want everybody to take away is I'm not a whiskey tasting expert. I will never wear an ascot or be asked to be on a panel. And if I ever am asked to be on a panel, I will laugh my ass off because I am just a dude that likes bourbon and whiskey and rye and telling jokes and stories and making people laugh. Nowhere will I ever say I am a whiskey expert. No, I am certainly not. I'm really not an expert of anything. But if I entertain you, thanks for tuning in. And that's important. And if you go out and you buy something that I said I thought was good and you like it too, well, shit, that's pretty fucking cool. If you want a t-shirt, tell me. That's even cooler. All right. Thanks for playing.